but never say shit. My niggas outside cracking the matrix. Trying to dodge the.
Welcome to LaRue's room. Man, it's about to be a banger tonight, bro. About to be a banger. Got your host, Mamba Stapes. Got my boys with me, MG Glass and G Rice, man. We are looking to talk all boxing tonight. Nothing else. Nothing else. But before we do, I got to crack open this hoodie right here. Just one time. I'm sipping on this the whole time. What you got? You got something
Hold
too?
on,
Okay.
hold on. I know what I'm saying. It ain't nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I got the little line.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
that's fine. We could do that.
It ain't Hootie though.
It ain't Hootie though.
It ain't as good.
It ain't Hootie.
Hey,
It ain't as good as Hootie though.
Hey, Hootie's the best beer, bro. Hootie's the best beer. It's light. Hey, it's affordable. You can really get your rocks off with it.
Oh shit, rocks on. What you mean?
Oh yeah.
Whatever you want it to mean.
Whatever you want it to mean, big dog. Whatever you want it to mean. MG is going dry tonight. He is watering it up. But hey, MG, start us off on the card, bro. Ooh, what's that? That's tea?
Yeah. Good Earl Grey tea.
I like that.
For the throat. Pause. We had a pretty good interesting. I don't know if I want to call it good yet. We had an interesting card yesterday.
Wait,
with,
you don't want to call that a good card?
Yeah, it was entertaining.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Very good card.
I'll give you that. Entertaining is a good one. That's a good one.
I'm gonna say that there was a couple of fights, not to play spoiler alert, that are gonna have big ramifications.
Yes.
Going forward.
Yes.
I'd say. So we can get started on at least the kind of important. I don't say kind. Every fight's important. We'll start with the David Morrell fight.
Yes. And what about Andy Cruz?
We can start there. You want to start Andy Cruz?
I want to go Andy Cruz just because, I mean, he's, excuse me, they are kind of speeding him up. They're vamping him up quick over at with Eddie Hearn. So he was
Absolutely.
He was 3-0 with 2 knockouts, correct? Heading into the fight.
Mm-hmm.
My guess, just from watching him fight, I would have betted he went by decision, but he got him out of there quick.
He did. Yes, he did.
I think he's very talented. What are you guys' thoughts on Andy Cruz?
I mean, he's on pace, right? This card was a good barometer of who's on pace to be the next step. I mean, we're in I feel like a transition season in a lot of weight classes.
Mm-hmm.
He's proved that he's on schedule.
Right.
I'll say he's definitely on schedule to doing some damage. I'll say that because it definitely was shocking, but I think he's on. It just proved that he's on schedule, which is good. Granted, his opponent was,
So.
the best. I don't want to discredit anybody, Antonio Moran. I don't want to discredit you, but you got put up out.
But he was there to be hit. That's the reason why the whole fight was made. That's why you have that type of opponent. He was there to be hit.
100%. And I mean, and he did just that. That's why I say he's on schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Did everything he was supposed to do for sure.
I don't know if you've watched Andy Cruz yet. He's not young.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I watched him last night. I think if he listened to Bozy a little bit more, I think he'll be a good contender. I feel like when he got caught with that left, he was real a little bit shaky.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it was some rounds where he didn't let his hands go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Bozy was telling him. Like, hey, you gotta let your hands go.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta let your hands go. But other than that, absolutely, yep. But other than that, I think if he really dial in, stay in Philly with the Bozy camp, I think he'll be all right as well.
And one thing that I'm gonna hit on too, a lot of people who've been following him, there's this little rival with Keyshawn Davis. I mean, they fought in the amateurs many times, and Andy's had his number. Yeah. But
absolutely,
I think Keyshawn might get him out of there now.
It's all about it's gonna be a when they fight. If they fight now, it's gonna be Keyshawn for sure.
Absolutely.
Let me, give it a few years. Might be a more competitive fight. I mean, not saying it won't be competitive now.
Right.
but I think it'll be a little bit more competitive if they wait a few years on that.
But Glass, don't you look at Andy Cruz? I mean, he's got a late start in the game. What is he, 28?
Yeah. He's around that. Let me see. He is
Excuse me.
what? Andy Cruz is 28 years old.
So
28 years old.
with that, bro, you can't waste too much time. You might want to get that fight. Like, honestly, I would fight if I was Andy Cruz or a part of his team, bro. I'm gonna fight 2 more times this year, another 3 next
Mm-hmm.
year, and probably be ready to fight him by the end of next year.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Keyshawn is Keyshawn still on top rank? Is he left
He's
yet?
still on top rank. What is he, 11-0 or 12-0?
Yeah, I want to say he's 12-0. He's still on top rank, so that the top rank schedule. If Andy Cruz is looking good, then he's not gonna fight Keyshawn
That's a
Davis.
fact.
Facts.
Absolutely.
So that's just what we're gonna have to deal with for sure, at least for now. If he gets to the point where he's where Shakur is and he's a free agent, then we can talk about if it's gonna turn into them fighting. But if Andy Cruz is looking as good as he did last night, if Bob Arum, I'm not gonna say if he's still around, but he's getting up there.
Facts.
If Bob Arum is still in charge of the company, I'll just say it like that.
Right.
If Bob Arum is still in charge of the company and it's
If
still
it if it,
ran,
if it have
go ahead.
anything to do with that Saudi Arabia dude, he gonna get them in there.
That's true.
That
That's a fact.
that's true. That's
That's
true.
a fact.
But I mean, if you look at relationships, right? Andy Cruz is already fighting on the card. Keyshawn Davis is cool with Terence Crawford. So the connections can be made if you know they can get in the same room. They can get in the same room and talk it out. Let's put it like
Definitely.
that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So it can be made. Will it be made? I know the money's going to be there, and they're both smart for trying to make that fight and hopefully trying to make it under Riyadh season. But I think it'll be a good fight. But like I said, as long as top ranks involved, they ain't gonna let him fight
Mm-mm.
until Andy Cruz slips up or uh, until Keyshawn they're done with Keyshawn and they don't want to promote to be the next star. But with Shakur leaving, they're gonna have to find their next star. And with someone else doing something last night that we will talk about later, that was also on top rank. We will keep talking about
Oh
the
man,
card, but
that's so
we'll
sad.
talk
So
about that.
so
That's so
so
sad.
are you insinuating like Top Rank is like protecting their fighters? Like
Always
they
have.
don't
Top
want the
rank,
big fight?
top rank, and PBC, top rank and PBC.
Mm-hmm.
Copy that.
Until they're done with them. Until they're done with them. If they have 1 or 2 fights left, top rank or PBC will let them go ahead and fight someone that they weren't fully, invested in keeping them away from. But if they're still in a position where they're building the fighter or building their star power, they're fighting middle of the road fighters every time. PBC and top rank have been doing it for a very long time.
Yep.
That's what took so long for us to get Terence Crawford
Real Spence.
and Errol Spence because both sides of the street were doing the same exact thing.
Right.
Even though I'm not going to call Sean Porter a middle of the road fighter, he was just past his age when both of those fights happened, past his prime when both of those fights happened.
Agreed.
Even though Sean Porter was the tail end of his prime with Errol Spence, and he fought a hell of a fight, but still, a little bit past what he could do. So
Absolutely.
Well, let's
that's
go.
how I feel about that.
Let's go, David Morrell.
David Morrell, we need David Morrell and Benavidez to fight if that Canelo fight's not happening. That's what I'm saying. That's
That's who he
that's
chasing.
that's what it needs to be, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's who David Morrell is chasing.
Y'all let me know when y'all
Yes.
done, but y'all go ahead and take the floor. I'm gonna go last because I got a interesting take on this shit.
You not rocking with David Morrell?
But y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead.
No, Marcus, go ahead. Take the
He's on
floor, big
schedule.
dog.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The earlier undercards are on schedule
Mm-hmm.
fights. And that was an on schedule fight for David Morrell, still on schedule. Took care of business. As everyone predicted, it wasn't a slip up, in my opinion. looked good. That's why I said he's ready for that step up. A lot of people are scared to fight him, in my opinion. I think that's his problem, is people don't want to get into the ring with him. Essentially, like the boot tennis theory. I think they're both in the same position.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but on schedule, took care of business. I think I'm ready. I think that Benavidez. I think they should be on a collision course now. Should be, but Riyadh. Hopefully the Saudis put that bag in front of their face. But yeah,
Me,
what you
me
think?
personally, I think I gotta see David Morrell fight a couple more fights. I
Okay,
think me personally, just after his performance yesterday, I just don't think he's ready for David Benavidez. Like
you don't think so?
Benavidez, he just an aggressive. I'm gonna walk you down and I'm gonna beat you. Like
You walking?
I'm just gonna beat you. And I just think that when I seen about in the mid rounds, I been David Morrell was getting tired. His conditioning
Scared.
wasn't there.
Right.
And that's in the last couple of fights I seen Benavidez. That's when he ramp up. That's when he ramp up.
A
So
little
I'm
bit, a little
like,
bit. Sometimes he also has the same problem where
his
he's getting like the last round. That his last fight.
Benavidez last fight when he stepped up, it was a little bit more challenging. But I think it was
Mhm.
just more of him getting the feel for a higher, just stepping up,
Correct.
Bigger
Yeah.
weight.
stepping up. Another weight class, getting used to, the more power punching, being able to take the punches and give it as well. But I still feel like David Morrell. I gotta see him at least a couple more fights.
So let me go ahead and I imagine you guys are done, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Um, I have been a big fan of David Morrell, right? So I don't like that he went to light heavyweight. I know there's probably issues making different fights, like at that
And
weight
wait.
class. Like I get it, I get it. Everybody's moving up. Benavidez, he moved up too, but even with Benavidez, I think it was a little too much. Maybe stick it around, find some fights. Hopefully, some opens up at that point. I think with Dave Morrell still being in that division and Benavidez leaving, he could have ran the table. Because, quite frankly, I think Morrell and Benavidez wipes the floor with Canelo. So,
I mean, yeah, old Canelo for sure.
yeah. But my thing is, too, like, what we seen last night, man, like, he needs more time at the weight class. So, like, I'm not ready to jump on the Benavidez versus Morrell train just yet.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Well, I mean, it seems like if they fight, it might both be at that weight class.
yeah. No.
I don't know if they both go back down to 168, but
No. They need to stay where they are weight class wise. I think it makes the most sense, and they don't have to put a lot of effort in because they're. I think David Morrell is a better boxer. He's more polished than David
absolutely.
Benavidez, but David Benavidez has a different gear, and once he gets there, bro, like he's gonna walk you down, like G said.
Yeah.
You losing me. You losing me on this. I know David Benavidez, but I don't see David Morrell just whitewashing Canelo. I don't see it.
I do, bro.
I don't see it.
He's very
The
In
old
what
at
in what aspect? In what aspect?
bro. At 168, he's got speed. He's got footwork. He's
yeah.
got really everything, bro. Like
He's got enough. He's got enough
he
power at
he's
160. Well,
got
I mean, we'll see.
he's got a lot
Well,
of
if he,
power at 168. He's got a
But
lot.
yeah,
it's like it's just like Tank. It's just like Tank at 135. It with Canelo, it takes one. It takes one.
Canelo don't got it no more.
He don't
When
have
was
that no more.
Canelo's last knockout? When was Canelo's last knockout?
Billy
He
Joe
don't have
Saunders,
to do
maybe.
that though. He don't have to do that.
Yeah, but you're
You don't.
gonna have to,
You don't.
bro.
He gonna. That's what I
What,
say. Either one of them, he's gonna have to.
And the reason why we say that is because of his work rate is not high anymore, bro. So like he might land 5 beautiful power shots, but their work
Caleb
rate is
Plant.
gonna win the round every time.
Caleb Plant was his last knockout.
his
And
experience though.
that was in, that was,
I think his
very good stuff.
I think his experience is going to get him through.
Bro, but you still,
It,
but
it can only,
David Morrell, he tired out in the fifth round.
okay. So let's go
He
David
was
Benavidez at
tired.
168 then.
I was gonna say
He was
David
tired.
Benavidez is not gonna tire out.
No,
So Canelo's
Hold on. I didn't say David Benavidez.
David Morrell ain't either.
David Morrell's not either, bro.
He did
He's not
last
gonna have to work
night.
as hard.
But that was his
He's not gonna have
first
to work
fight
as
at
hard.
light heavyweight, though. I can't take that in
Yeah, he's
consideration
not gonna
just
have to
yet.
work.
He doesn't have a
He's not
trend.
gonna have to work as hard.
Yeah, he doesn't have a trend. So like their training regimen completely changes because they're dropping less weight to fight at
He's
light
not gonna have
heavyweight.
to work as hard at 168 to fight Canelo. Canelo doesn't have the punch output he used to.
Mm-mm.
He's pointing out rounds now instead of how he used to fight. And against
But
the
people,
actual boxer.
I gotta be the devil's advocate because people said that with Floyd
It's different, bro.
when he went no it's not.
It's different
No, it's
fighters.
Floyd's
not.
defense.
When he was
defense.
Pretty Boy Floyd, when he was Pretty Boy, he was an aggressive offensive fighter.
We're talking. So
Here's the problem.
go ahead, G.
Here's the problem. Floyd's output, it might Floyd's output did change offensively. Defensively, he was still the sharp fighter. He was pointing it out, but in a way where he was a lot better than what Canelo is now at picking his shots.
Mm-hmm.
For Canelo, he still fights essentially the same. It's just he turns it on when he knows he's not ahead on the scorecards, or if it's like a close round. And it like the work rate isn't where like Canelo's just dominating rounds anymore. In my opinion, it's like
it don't need to be though. To me,
it has to be, bro.
Against Morello,
no, it doesn't.
G,
it doesn't.
Against Morello,
G, but think about it. So like I can't even compare old Floyd and old Canelo because they're two different fighters.
Right.
Yeah.
So I can't I will not entertain that. But what I will say from a work rate standpoint, bro, if you just look at Canelo's last couple fights, bro, like he might land.
He's phoning it in.
Yeah, and he's gonna zone in. He's gonna figure out, collect some data like he normally would, but he's not gonna attack you. If anything, he might stand in front of you. He might bang off 3 power punches for that round. He'll touch you, but you can't. That type of shit is not gonna work with Benavidez, bro.
It's like he's in the wild.
You saying Benavidez? I never said Benavidez
or Morale, bro. Or David Morale.
It is gonna work against David Morale.
No.
Or Morale. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I think Canelo is more like, say you're in the wild and you see an animal like a mountain lion or something, and you're like, I need to hold him off for as long as I can, so I can get back up. He's basically like holding his opponent off while conserving energy because he doesn't know how long it's going to need to go. But like, he will make sure he gets the distance. He will make sure he goes the distance. He will go 12, and he will be relatively not, in 100% conditioning, but he'll have enough conditioning to make it 12. He will. That's just him. But that doesn't mean that his way of getting there. That's why he's picking these opponents that are either not good at picking up on his rhythm or don't know how to adjust to when he disrupts people's rhythm. And if you go against Morel, he's going to counter that for sure. He's going to find that rhythm that Canelo's doing, and he's going to pick his shots wisely. Benavidez's work rate is going to be too much. Canelo can't really pick his shots against someone that has that type of work rate that's coming forward the whole entire fight at that age.
Bivol is the same way.
That's why I think Bivol will be closer to how the Morel fight would go.
Absolutely.
In my opinion.
Absolutely. So let's go on to the next fight on the card because we can talk about this shit all day.
Yes, sir.
The next fight on the card was Martin Bacoli, I think that's how you say his last name. Yeah. And Jared Anderson, Ohio's own.
Let me start off, bro.
Congo.
Let me start off. So
Congo.
Even after the first knockdown, I still thought Jared Anderson could pull it off because he can box, but
You can see the
He
look
was
in his
already
face though.
defeated.
After
He
that
was
first
defeated.
knockdown happened,
He was
that
defeated.
after that first knockdown happened, I seen a different look in his eye.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like focused. He didn't have a focused look in his eye, in
Was
my
he
opinion.
focused going into the fight though? We don't know.
This is his
What
first big
confirmed
payday.
what confirmed it with me was the post fight interview.
Yeah.
I'm just what's good with me. I'm just making it home to my daughter.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
What? A competitor? Nah, I'm trying to win.
Yeah.
Man, listen. That's why I respect like people like Deontay Wilder. Yeah, he ain't got nothing, but he said you gotta take me out on my shield.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
but
don't.
he also
But I'm
at
just
that
saying
point
like
now too though.
just that mentality, just the
Yeah,
mentality.
Wilder's at that point.
I
Wilder's
don't
at that point.
respect Jared. I don't respect Jared mentality of him going to a post interview and saying I'm going to my daughter. That's all that matters. To me,
He is
you just in it for the money. You just
he
in
had
it
a
for the
lot. I
money.
mean, if you look at, I mean, he has a newborn daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, first big payday. Uh, I would probably say first time, definitely first time fighting in LA, I believe. But first bigger venue. He's and not saying he's been fighting small. He's been fighting smaller fights. Let's just be honest, just because that's just top ranked
Yes,
schedule. But
absolutely.
he he got caught up. He got caught up in. I mean, I'm sure that it's lavish being on a card like that. Like I know the top to bottom because of the money they shell out. They probably make every single fighter feel like they're the headliner on the main card. That's how much money they got. They just throw. So you get all this, everyone telling you like, yo, you're next up, you're the next big heavyweight in America. You're this, you're that. Some people are prepared for that.
All right.
He proved tonight that he was not prepared. That's how I feel.
You know what's
That doesn't mean he won't ever be.
no, I think he will be. But crazy thing about it, styles make fights. I just think dude was simply too big. That's it.
Well,
Yeah,
he didn't put his hands up like
He don't.
well, I mean his hands were up,
He don't.
but he was splitting that guard.
But the thing is, like even on top of that, bro, like he has not adjusted his style from previous 5 fights anyway. So,
because he always been the bully.
but even still, bro,
Exactly.
he's been criticized by like not Sean Bradley, Jesus, Tim Bradley, Sean
Tim
Porter,
Brown.
all those guys about how he fights and how his chin is, it's there to be exposed, and just him backing up defensive wise, like how Shakur Stevenson does, can't do that at heavyweight, bro. But about last night, what I will say, y'all might kill me for this shit. But if he was fighting like a Usyk, he getting Usyk out of there. He's hurting Usyk.
Who's getting
Jared
Usyk out of there?
Anderson.
No.
Think about it, bro. Some of those shots that he was landing, bro, it was. I'm.
We ain't gonna act like Usyk didn't pretty much floor Tyson Fury, who was usually unfloorable.
He's a shell of himself. I
So,
don't take. He's a shell of himself, bro.
well, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But Tyson Fury locked in for a few rounds. If you would have put Usyk would have wiped the floor with that man. In my opinion. I think that Usyk. Well, here's the thing, right? Usyk was very prepared for that. It's hard to take the Tyson Fury fight and use it as an example because that was the fight he's been waiting for so long
Right.
that he was more prepared than he's ever been. I don't even know if he'll be as prepared for the second fight because he was that locked in for the first one. But I think that someone that can move a little bit. I mean, I know Usyk is a smaller fighter, but Jared Anderson's whole thing is that he can move and he's big. The problem is that if you have someone that can move that is small, granted, you guys are getting into that match, but Usyk is good at picking up rhythm very well. I mean, it's like he beat Anthony Joshua twice. You think that Jared Anderson beats Anthony Joshua?
No, that's different. That's different.
It is different. They're both big. Anthony Joshua, this version of Anthony Joshua is beating a lot of people, I think. Most people. I don't want to say everyone yet, but most fighters. Uh, but I think that Jared Anderson just his style isn't really well as constructed, isn't built to fight real heavyweights.
No.
He's going up against people that are going to punch through that guard as we seen last night because
Absolutely.
he tries to fight like he's Roy Jones or
Facts.
something. He's fighting people that have a lot more punching power than Roy Jones was going against. So it looks good against very, very, very low level fighters
Mm-hmm.
like he's fought up until now. But I mean, he didn't even fight a high level fighter last night. Not to disrespect my man, but all he just had to stay in the pocket, hit right through the guard. He wasn't even doing nothing too crazy. It wasn't even a like a spectacular performance. It was just boxing 101 stuff that he was getting beat on.
My question for you guys: where does Top Rank and Jared Anderson go from here?
Shit, he better sign a lifetime deal so he can keep getting them fights. That's what I think.
G, what you think, bro?
I think you got to go back to the drawing board, man. I think first thing first, like for me, when I watched the fight, I think he was. I think his condition wasn't there.
I
I
get that.
really, I really think, like he had no head movement. You could tell after like the third, fourth round, like he was just a sitting duck waiting to get hit.
Facts.
The big Congo dude was just okay. I'm about to lean on him, put this weight on him, and then I'm gonna beat him down. You know, that was his whole game plan. And I don't really think Jared Allen to me, Anderson, I'm sorry,
How's
took
Jared
his
now?
yeah, took his took the camp serious.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. I just really think that, you know, I was watching certain clips when he was in there with Terence Crawford. You know, he was just in there just, you know, clowning and, you know, jugging and really wasn't locked in as much as he should. Like, you know, when I know if I'm studying my opponent, okay, this dude 6'6". He come in at 330. Oh, I got a problem on my hand. I got a problem on my hand. I'm
Hmm.
locking in every facet. Like I'm about to unleash every type of boxing skill I got. You know, and I just don't think that he locked in to the point where he was in the best shape of his life. Um, you know, I don't think his trainers pulled out the best in him as far as like pushing him to that point.
Not to mention your O's on the line, bro. At the end of the day, you're an
Yeah,
undefeated
Absolutely,
fighter.
absolutely.
absolutely. That's what I mean.
But that's the top rank plan though. Like he was treating it like he was on the top rank undercard, but he wasn't at the same time. He was treating the lifestyle and everything that was going on that fight week as if he was the star.
Absolutely.
But
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
Well,
Absolutely.
let's go ahead and let's spend a little time on this next
focus
one.
on that.
Uh, Jared Big Baby Miller, the real Big Baby, and Andy Ruiz.
Um, Entertaining fight. I would watch a second one, but I feel like it would be the same thing. So it's like it's a bittersweet feeling about it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Big Baby was really good at stealing the end of rounds.
Yes.
It was crazy. It was like Andrew Ruiz, he's like always habitually out of shape. So he gets his little 3 minute breather between rounds. Beginning of that round, he was pretty sharp. End of the round, gassed out, kind of like post through the end of rounds. That's when Big Baby Miller turned it up, was getting stealing points for the round. And it just seemed like a consistent theme, just back and forth. It was Andrew Ruiz getting his little 3 minute break, gets up, all right, I got something for this. And then around the 1 minute mark, he's on his back foot, which you know, it you could tell that he's just not in shape. And it's not a secret, but he would get right back in that mode, and Big Baby Miller right then catch
Facts.
him with some shots, and it'll be at the 1 minute mark for the rest of that, or probably 30 second mark. Boom, 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 hitting him with combinations because Andrew Ruiz is just trying to survive the last 30 seconds till he's gassed,
Yes.
and this is
Right.
stuff happening the whole night. and it led to a decision. Led to
Mm-hmm.
a draw. So it was an interesting fight in that way, but you kind of knew what was going to happen after a while because it was the same type of exchange.
I mean,
That's how I
at
feel.
least give it, at least give it to him after coming off roughly a 2 year layoff.
Hmm.
He went 12. He fought through.
He did go 12 in his
He
own
dug deep
style. He did
Broken
12.
hand and everything.
because did y'all see his hand at the end of
Yeah,
the fight
that
when
was
he put that glove on?
that was jacked up.
I was like, oh my god,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
but I mean, he was gassed. He was gassed after the fourth round.
yeah, for sure.
He was gassed after. So to go another 8, fighting through, like I give him that. I think, like I said, um, just give him a little bit of time and give him that condition. It might be a
Hmm.
little bit different. It might be a little bit
It's
different.
that's why I said I would watch the fight again just to see if that it will go a little different. But I feel like it'd be more the same. But I would watch it again to see if it will go a little different as far as because I think that's the fight that should be made, just that rematch. Honestly, I don't really want to see him
Absolutely.
with someone else yet. I don't want to see him with someone else yet. Um, anyone that pause, but as in a higher tier fighter.
Hmm.
He should go back to that and still use that as a barometer if he's ready for the higher tier fighters. But I mean, yeah, kudos to him for, like you said, making it through the entire fight, even while gassed. I mean, you could tell uh he got really good at conserving energy, well, at
Yes,
least trying to conserve energy.
Trying.
But that was at the expense of taking a shit ton of punches in the last like 30 seconds.
absolutely.
So it was catch 22. He's like, I'm gonna make it this round, but I'm about to take 3 combinations to the head within 20 seconds. So yeah, I'll give him that.
Only
I'll give him that.
only thing I would say is I think Big Baby probably should have won the fight. I don't know if it was a draw, especially with that second half performance that Anna Ruiz actually put up. I think he low key almost got
Yeah,
shut out in the second half. But um,
yeah.
moving on, next fight.
Next fight will be Isak Cruz.
Oh boy,
per- hey, Venezuela perfection. Absolutely.
Valenzuela, Jose Valenzuela, and
Yeah.
Isak Cruz was a nut. Was just like well, no, I'm not gonna say just like Jared Anderson. Because definitely not like Jared Anderson, but in the same vein, Isak Cruz, even though he's hungry, clearly, I feel like the moment was one of those, oh, tank rematch. Yeah, this guy's gonna handle this for you at the tank rematch. So, I mean, he fought his fight, so I'm not gonna say and I guess in a sense Jared Anderson did too, but he fought his fight. His style's not made to fight a boxer punching.
nope.
A good one.
That's a fact.
I'll say that. A good one.
Hey,
So,
hey, what I will say, what I will say, we had this discussion about Jose Venezuela, um, maybe 2 months ago.
Valenzuela, put
Venezuela,
some respect on his
Venezuela.
name.
Um,
Put some respect on his name.
I'll give him a little bit of respect, but I told y'all, bro, he's one of the top fighters at 135. Y'all looked at me crazy.
Absolutely.
He's good. No, I will say that was a style make fights situation,
Absolutely.
and he was tailor made to fight Isak Cruz.
Tailor made, bro. Tailor made. And I just,
Oh man, I think that's pure, man. I just don't, man, dude. Cause it's hard. It's hard to be that tall. He was 5'10".
mm-hmm.
Esau
It was an
Pitbull
eight
Cruz.
inch, 8 inch
Yes,
reach
8 inch
difference.
difference. And yeah. His Pitbull Cruz was 63. His was 70.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
he was smart enough to keep the distance and never got rattled. That's what made me notice. Like, okay, he's a scary fighter because
yes, he he didn't break.
he knows distance.
He didn't break his game plan not once.
Yes, absolutely.
There's two
correct.
reasons why he knows distance. One reason is the Garcia family. I mean, let's just call it what it is. They're some of the best people at teaching boxing, or the best team of teaching boxing. Two, Edwin De Los Santos, he gave him that first L. So at that point, you got a lot of shit to learn from. Learning on how to keep your distance, using your reach, boxing a little different, not getting caught up in a firefight. So I think that kind of prepared him for this fight last night. Just
But
my opinion.
to me, on top of that, he's a boxer.
Yeah, solidified.
He's
bro.
a pure solidified boxer. Like
Absolutely.
he just outclassed Pitbull Cruz in every facet. Every facet.
I think to the same vein, Pitbull, well, he only has one style he can fight.
Yeah.
Yes.
No
limitations.
No backup plan.
Yep.
But they both fought their fight the entire time. But Isaac Cruz, like I said, he's at a disadvantage anyway. Like he almost can't fight another type of fight. It's almost like Mike Tyson. Not trying to compare the two, but neither one of them can essentially fight another type of fight and be successful just because of their like dimensions, like their body.
Yes.
The way it's set up. Like, both of them were compact and punchers.
Correct.
But you run against someone that can essentially control the ring, you're limited to what you can do because you cannot do what they do because of the way your body's set up. So it definitely shined in that fight. I mean, if they want Isaac Cruz to keep winning, I don't really. I mean, I guess you work on his footwork, I guess, to get him and to find out how to get inside a little more, so he can cut off the ring.
Man,
He's got to learn to cut off the ring, and like successfully, not just walking someone down, head down, but like successfully cutting off the ring with talent and not with fear. So I think that will be the next step for Isaac Cruz. Let me put this: that would be the next step in the right direction if that's what they're looking for. So I don't want to say it runs over.
I think El Rayo. I think he used his. Like I said, I think he used his boxing IQ and his angles very well. He was turning Pitbull Cruz, getting out of his punches. The only time he got hit was when he was on the ropes.
Yeah,
that was the really only time when Pitbull was really hitting him clean. When he was standing and moving his angles, jabbing him.
Milk gon' make the cheese that you baby. We told him how to work but never say shit.